This is the first ever episode of The Future of FPV. I'm your host, Lebogang, aka The Craft ZA. Follow me on IG, hit the subscribe button. Basically, I'm a South African drone pilot. I love flying FPV. I've just really enjoyed how people fly. I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram, so I've taken a like for this type of drone footage. So last year December, I caught myself a Dji Avata. This is the most coolest user-friendly drone ever. I just thought that I need something that has a lot of fail-safes in order for me to actually learn how to fly and really, get introduced into this whole FPV space. Pretty soon I'll be building my own drones. I'm looking into getting the iFlight Defender or maybe something else. There's a lot of varieties out there, but I think iFlight has really good reviews. I've seen a really good, but anyways, DJI has a loyal customer, because I started out with the DJI Phantom 3 standard, pretty decent. My battery actually broke. That drone is discontinued, so I couldn't get a new battery, so I had to wait another 2 years to say. I'd like to give you guys the best settings to actually fly and shoot cinematic footage. So the first tip I would actually give you guys is to grab these ND filters by DJI. There's other brands that produce ND filters, but this is the only one that's available in South Africa right now. So I had to purchase this. It's quite expensive. It's like 1.5, and so I said everything cost me 30k because of the extras, the 3 batteries plus this. I'm still saving for the RC controller. They've recently released another pair of goggles, which probably gonna retail for like 9,000, 10,000 rand. I'm saving for that. So for those that would like to help me get to that journey and actually accomplish my drone goals, hit that subscribe button, please. Anyways, ND filters. Tip number 1, ND filters. This really helps because it allows you to shoot at a very slow shutter speed. So when you're flying, when we get to tip number 2, you'll really understand, but this is like sunglasses for your drone. Whenever you're flying in daylight, you want to capture that really crisp sunset or sunrise, use this is really useful. ND filter set, ND8, ND16 and ND32, very useful. I've used them quite often. Tip number 2, shoot in 4K 60 frames per second. That's the best resolution that you'll get. A lot of TVs that people use, especially with your target market, for those well-paying clients, they're usually gonna watch stuff in like 4K on their MacBook or on their iPhone. So shoot in the highest resolution ever. If you're gonna shoot for Instagram, shoot at a 4:3 ratio. If you're shooting for stories, rather 4:3. If you're shooting for YouTube, shoot by 16:9. Anyways, tip number 3, shoot at a shutter speed of, actually I'm wrong, you have to shoot at an ISO of 100 and a shutter speed of, I think, 120 and lower, because whatever frame per second that you shoot in, your shutter speed needs to be double the amount. That gives you the best motion blur in your footage. So when you shoot in 60, it allows you to get really good slow motion. So you can slow down the footage by 50% and really give it that really cool feel in certain sections when you're flying through things, when you're chasing certain objects and you slow down, and there's like really cool effects like smoke. There's so many really cool ideas that you see if you look at a lot of drone videos. That really crisp cinematic footage needs to be shot at 120 shutter speed so you can get that crisp footage. Tip number 4. Tip number 4: always plan your shoot. So you look at your location. What I use is Google Maps, or Google Earth rather. I use Google Earth. I do a mapping of the location, the certain cool features that the location has. For example, if you're shooting at a lodge or wherever, you should always like look for the cool features that okay, I'm gonna fly through this area, I'm gonna start from here and end here. That way you get really cool cinematic footage, and it allows you to fly at a very steady pace. You plan your shots, you storyboard it, you write in a book, maybe you have notes, but that'll always help. Tip number 5: save for an RC. This thing, useless. There's a lot of maneuvers that you can't get with a motion controller. It's a really cool gadget when you're learning how to fly, but if you want to really shoot cinematic footage where you're flying backwards, you're doing flips, you can't do backflips with this. So if you want to do flips and do really cool stuff, then you need to save up for an RC. Unfortunately, I don't have one, but that's why I'm starting this YouTube channel, so I can achieve my FPV goals. Pretty soon I'll be the king of FPV in Africa or in the world, who knows. Let's just get a young scoop of the footage that I got with the ND filters on. This is the first time I ever used them. You will see the difference in quality when it comes to the water. The colors really pop, the footage is really clean. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for tuning into my first ever episode, and